rtfc.baconicecream.com.
Hey everyone, it's Eric and Rich from Team RTFC and Bacon Ice Cream Productions.
What's going on?
We are here today with another SRG Supershow game. We're getting into this game.
Yep.
I own a lot of things for it. And one of the cool things that they do is they sell a they call it like a hardcore tournament or something on their website. And basically what it is it's a 6-man draft sealed-ish thing. And so basically it comes with 6 copies of number 1 card, 6 copies of number 2, but I think they're all different. I can't speak to that specifically. And basically, like, you draft it like you would kind of draft the regular game where, like, someone gets first pick, someone gets last pick, and then you kind of go around the table. And I played in one where basically, and I don't know if this is normal rules or if it's just, like, the way we decided to do it, but it was, you picked the pile you wanted, and then you got to pick out of that, and then, you know, so there's some strategy to it if you know the cards well enough, or if you're like Rich and I, we don't know the cards well enough. So
We just pick stuff that looks nice.
right. So what basically I did was I took an inventory of my collection and I pre-randomized 4 selections from each spot and 4 competitors for us to pick from before we started recording to save us. Actually, it didn't take very long, but to save us the time of like doing everything on camera, I should probably put this thing back. And you should check some cameras to make sure that they look okay. If I do this, does everything look okay?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So I wasn't sure if I hit the camera while we were drafting. But basically we went through, selected, Rich won the roll. He got to pick the competitor first.
Yep.
And we basically just went through and looked at each of the 4 cards and picked one, and then that's our deck. Because the plus side to this game is a 1 through 30 deck. You probably just get to pick number 1, and that's the number 1 you got.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we decided to do this, because I don't have multiple constructed decks, so this will give us a like random assortment of things, but it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have Pager Rager. She's a 5 power, 9 technique, 8 agility, 10 strike, 7 submission, and 6 grapple. And it says when the crowd meter is 1 or greater, your breakout rolls are +1.
Mine is Gropar, the Great and Powerful. He's a 10 power, 5 technique, 7 agility, 9 strike, 6 submission, 8 grapple. And when you roll power, you can look at the top 3 cards of any player's deck and put them back in any order.
Yeah, so he's kind of a fortune teller style guy.
Yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense with the gimmick to, like, you know,
Yeah.
to, like, read your fortune.
Yep.
Yeah. Thought it was kind of a fun thing.
Oh yeah, I should also get out a crowd meter.
Yep.
All things I wasn't prepared for. That's the top one. That's the crowd meter 0.
Man,
All right,
these are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're one of the box set things. I forget exactly how you get them. I have like 2 or 3.
Cool.
So we'll stick our crowd meter over there.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So
shuffle,
let's
draw 3,
3.
roll the die, and see who wins the turn roll.
All right. Let's do it.
I rolled a 6. I should draw 3.
I rolled a 5. That was technique, right? Yeah.
All right. So I get to draw a card. And do I have a lead? I do. Well, that's awesome. All my leads do something if I have something in my discard pile, and I don't.
Oh.
So we will play Marvelous Recruits. It's a lead grapple.
Mm-hmm.
And it says add 1 lead from your discard pile to your hand, which I don't have any. And it stays in play. So if this happens, when your opponent forces you to bury any number of cards from your hand, I draw 1 card afterward.
Okay. Cool.
Does it hit?
It does.
All right.
Yep. All right.
That is another 6.
It's green. That's agility. It's a 7. Draw. So I'm gonna put eye rake out. It's a lead submission.
Hits. What's
All
it
right.
do?
Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order, or put a submission from your discard pile, which I don't have, to the deck. So I take a look. Look, see, 1, 2. And then I guess I'll put them back in this order.
Okay. Technique of 9.
And technique of 5.
So I'll draw a card. I will play a follow-up grapple, super arm drag.
All right, that hits.
Draw 3 cards. 1,
That's pretty good.
2, 3. And table is yours. Oh wait, no, we roll. No, it's not. Different game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading my cards to see what they do.
Oh man.
Power of 5.
I think that's a bump because my technique's a 5.
All right.
So we both draw, and then we just roll again, right?
Yep.
All
Grapple
right.
of 6. I'm pretty
Grapple
sure.
of 8.
I'm gonna put her over here because I can't see her behind my hand.
So I draw. All right. So wait, what's your submission?
My submission is a 7.
All right. I'm gonna play this other lead. It's a grapple.
Read grapple. Hits.
All right. So you randomly reveal 2 cards in your hand.
Okay. Pick a number 1 through 7.
4.
Take another one. 1 through 6.
3.
Randomly reveal 2.
Randomly reveal 2. Okay. Now bury one of them.
I choose or you choose?
They choose.
I'll bury that one.
All right, cool.
Oh, bury, not
Bury.
not discard.
Yeah.
I'm not used to.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Submission of 6.
9 for technique.
All right.
Follow-up submission.
That hits.
Draw 2 cards because I have another follow-up in play.
All right. Submission again.
Power 5.
All right, so I draw. um. Okay. I'm going to play a lead strike.
Hits.
All right. I may play 1 extra card this turn. If I have less cards than in my hand than your opponent, which I clearly do, I can draw 2.
It's
Wait.
an or. You can play an additional card or you can draw 2.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, or if you have less cards, then draw 2. I will choose the draw 2.
Sure. That's a 6.
And that's a 5.
Nope. So I actually won that. Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's try it.
Mhm.
Finish strike.
I'm gonna play this to try to stop that.
It's not really a try to. Read
Oh.
what's the card say.
Stop any lead strike or any
It's
finish strike.
Okay, so
And
it
then-
stops it.
Your opponent buries one card in their hand.
Okay. We will bury a card.
Bury a card.
Bury, hold. Or I guess I don't need to tell you that. All right.
All right, cool.
Agility of 8.
And I rolled my power, which is 10. Run and roll power. Look at the top 3 and put of any player's deck. So it could be mine, it could be yours, it could be whatever. So does that mean?
That's how any player works?
Yeah. So does that mean I look at it first, and then if like there's something cool that I want, I could put it on the top of the deck, and then that's my draw. Because I'm doing it on the point of the roll.
Sure. There is a sequence to it, and I think that would work.
Okay. So I'm gonna try it that way, just to see. All right. This.
I'm not familiar with exactly the way that the sequencing works, but
I put it down that way, and then I draw. Surprise. I'm gonna play this follow-up submission, the elbow buster.
what's it do?
Oh, does
Well,
it hit?
I get to know what it does too if I want to.
yeah. During your opponent's turn, my technique is +2.
What's your technique normally?
5.
We'll stop it.
Okay. So it just goes away.
9.
Grapple of 8.
Cards in hand.
5.
Follow up strike Insecurity. You would
strike. Okay, it hits.
The reason I asked what it did was because I did have a stop in my hand to stop it. That's why I wanted to know what it did.
Yeah.
My opponent buries 2 cards in their hand, and I get +2 to my next turn roll.
All right. So I bury 2. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So I bury these 2.
Technique of 9.
Agility of 7.
Here, why don't you put him off to the side a little bit so it's easier for you to see him?
That sounds good. Yep.
Lead submission?
I'll
You don't have to stop it. You can now find out what it does. Just,
yeah.
It lets me get back a finish from my discard, so you probably want me to stop.
Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, I would want to do that. All
Just,
right. Well,
strike of 10.
Yeah, that's 5.
We're going to play follow-up submission.
Hits.
Flip 4 cards. Add 1 submission from your discard pile to your hand. All finished submissions have the added text of my finish rolls are +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to get the last page because that is my finish.
All right.
Power of 5.
Agility of 7. Draw. Seems like I might want to do that. All right, I play Finger Snap. It's follow-up submission.
We will stop it.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Power of 5.
Strike of 9. All right. Draw. I play Rear Chinlock.
Lead submission.
Lead submission.
Hits.
All right. I draw 1 card for each other lead I have in play. 1, 2,
5.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's another 5.
Oh, we bump.
No. Agility of 8.
Strike of 9.
9.
All right. Okay. So. Follow-up strike, clothesline.
Hits.
All right, I get to flip 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. And then I can add a card from the discard pile to my hand.
These count as being in your discard pile.
Oh,
You're
also?
flipping into your discard.
Gotcha,
That's-
gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It's not treasure hunt.
Got it.
Actually, treasure hunt does the same thing. They flip
Yeah.
into your scrap, but
Um,
referencing Transformers.
I think I'm going to get this one.
I don't know what it is.
The one that gives me technique +2 during your turn.
Sure. During my turn?
Yeah.
Or during your turn?
During opponent's turn.
Okay. That is a 10.
It's also a 10.
Let's bump. It's another 10.
I don't know what that
Strike
is.
a 9.
9, okay.
Let's try it. The last page. Finish the mission.
Yep.
All right. +1 to all of my skills. I can't see what
Strike.
that is. Strike of 10, so it's an 11. So we're gonna
that's
play it because someone clarified on the comments of our last thing.
Okay.
The way that it works in a non-stipulation match, which is
Yep.
what we're doing,
Yep.
is if you can roll your highest skill, even if you can't beat the 11, you can still kick out.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember reading that. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think I said it too, but we didn't come into play.
Got it.
So at this point, you have to roll your
I have to roll
power.
my power. All right.
Hey,
Hey.
good job.
All right.
All right, so we
So-
kick out, everything cleans up, and we go to crowd meter 1. Yeah. This is where we'd have sound effects if we were
Yes.
set up for that.
It's coming soon.
Strike of 10.
Submission of 6.
We're gonna play Eye Gouge to lead submission.
It hits.
I get to shuffle a card from my discard pile into my deck, and I will. I'm gonna shuffle the blank page into the deck,
Okay.
which is my finished grapple.
Got it.
All right.
Cool.
I think that's an 8, but I can't see it for
Technique.
technique 9.
Agility 7. That's you.
Yeah, the problem with the way we do this is
Yeah, when you have like a massive hand.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, and we don't know what all the cards do. Like in Transformers, we know what most of the cards do when we see them in the picture.
Right, right.
I'm going to try to play a lead submission. Or a follow-up submission, I'm sorry.
I don't. It hits.
Flip 2 cards, put 1 card from my discard pile on top of my deck. So flip, flip. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to go get the last page.
Mm-hmm.
And put it on top of my deck.
All right. I start winning some turn rolls. Come on.
5. You can win that one.
Well, no, I can't because we bumped. All right.
10.
No, it's not my power. I go for it because clearly it hits.
Wait. No, you don't. You wait for me to roll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You gotta. Yeah.
So it's agility.
Uh huh.
My skill is +1, so that goes to a 9, and so it's a 10 for the crowd meter.
Yep. So I gotta roll
Power
my
again.
Power again.
Yeah. 1.
That's not my power.
2.
Uh-oh.
3.
He's done.
Ring the bell.
Very
Ding,
nice.
ding, ding.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
It's a good time.
do you want to do it again?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm. That's what's cool about this game. Is sometimes it can go really long time, and other times it can go pretty
Yeah,
fast.
it's just like, oh, hey. Well, I remember the first time we were playing, like...
I mean, you
I
beat
had-
me twice in
I
like
had the
25
hot-
minutes.
Yeah, I had the hot dice, but...
It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot more fun when it goes back and forth a little bit, and there's a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
But also, like in something like this, it's not constructed, so like you don't have all of the stops in every spot that you would usually want. Like, you know, like
yeah, I think in this deck there's only like 3 or 4 because that's just what there was available.
yeah. I mean, I don't think there were a lot of stops because I randomly did it, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like I was like, oh, let's make sure there was a stop. I just like random number generated and then pulled out of my binder.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. All right,
All right.
draw 3.
Oh, yeah, draw 3.
And that's a 10.
All right. That's an 8.
Here's the funny part. Okay.
Oh, it was going to be maybe a mulligan.
I'm going to mulligan. No, I can't. I have a lead.
You have a lead.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Right. That's how it works. I'm going to pass.
All right. So what is that? We just
I
roll
just
again,
well,
right?
I would bury a card from my discard, but I don't have
Oh,
one.
Got it.
8.
Oh, man. That's 5.
Well, that's not cool. Lead grapple. Backlash with the table.
Happens.
All right, nothing to stop, and it's not crowd meter 1. Draw 2 cards. I can shuffle 1 card from my discard pile into my deck. I have nothing, so
All right, cool.
power 5.
Technique again. That's a bump.
Oh, okay. Thought you wanted. That's why I started. 5.
Submission of 6. All right, so...
Draw a card.
Oh, yeah, draw a card. Single leg takedown.
What is it?
Your opponent randomly reveals 2 cards. They choose one of those cards and bury it.
I meant what? What is it?
Oh, it's a lead grapple.
Hits.
All right, cool. So,
We're just gonna.
yep. All right, so we'll do this one and this one. All right, so choose one of those and bury it.
I'll bear it once I'm
Yep.
get these back in the thing. Submission of 7.
5. Man, this dice really likes that technique. I think it's just getting back at me for getting all those 10s.
Follow up strike.
That hits.
You bury 2 cards from your hand, and I get +2 to my next turn roll.
All right. So. Guess I'll bury these.
That's a 9.
Grapple of 8.
I'm gonna try the last page. Finish submission.
Submission.
Yes.
We'll stop at.
Okay. 8.
Agility of 7.
Let's play lead submission.
Hits.
Add a finish from my discard pile to my hand. If my next turn roll is a 10, it's +1.
Okay.
It's 5.
Grapple of 8. Draw. Gonna play. I'm gonna play Rib Crush, which is a follow-up submission.
Hits.
All right. So your opponent's technique is -1 during their turn and turn rolls.
Technique. So 8.
And I have my power. So I get to look at the 3
Of either deck.
of either deck. Well, I'll do mine again. 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. And then draw.
Yep.
And then I'm going to play a follow-up grapple.
Hits.
All right. Your opponent cannot draw cards except for winning your turn rolls.
Cool. 10.
10. Bump.
Hand me back my die, please.
Here you go.
8.
Submission of 6.
Finish submission.
Yeah, that hits.
I grapple, so it's a 7 to break out.
All right.
Because it.
Got it. Agility of 7.
Wait, that's not how this game works. 10. I won that.
Yep.
Play the steel chair.
Yeah, that hits. Ow. What does it do?
It gives +1 to agility for finish rolls.
That's kind of cool.
10.
10.
Okay, here's the thing. What's that say? When you hit.
Roll power.
So it doesn't
Oh.
matter if we bump. It doesn't
yeah.
mean you have to win the turn roll. It's just whenever you roll power.
Got it.
So you can choose before you draw, before either of us draw.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll do that thingy to me again.
Okay.
That
So
makes-
then I'll just draw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't realize that you were missing that until you said it this game, and I went, wait a minute.
yeah. Okay. And then I do that, and then I draw.
Yep.
Okay,
And
cool.
then we roll. 7.
Agility of 7. Let's bump.
Bump. 9.
You definitely won that one. It's 5.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is number 10. Play double arm lock. It's a follow-up submission.
It hits.
Flip 2 cards and put 1 card from my discard pile on top of my deck. We'll put the last page on top of my deck.
Mm-mm. Oh,
Grapple of 6.
no. You win.
5?
Yep.
Wow.
All right. That sounds like it hits.
Agility of 8, 9, 10.
All right.
Because this gives +1
Yep.
to my finish rolls.
Gotta get the power.
Yep.
No,
1,
that's definitely not power.
2,
Still not power.
3.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's it. That one went a lot faster.
We also
cool.
got a little bit more familiar with the cards as we
Yeah.
went.
So, that's cool.
Wait. Now what?
I don't know. What time is it? I don't know.
A few minutes before.
We can still go. Do you
Want
want
to
to
do one more?
Do you want to randomly just like swap in the other 2 players?
The other 2 competitors?
Yeah.
Do you keep the same deck?
I don't know. Just to see what happens.
Sure.
Well, like, do we have a regular die?
We have the metal dice.
So then, let's roll like, yeah, odds evens. Even.
Yeah, odds evens doesn't work if we're both rolling dice.
Yeah. Well, you just got odds and I got evens.
Yeah. When you roll, it's one person calls it. It's
Oh.
not high roll.
Oh, all right. Well, all right, fine.
High roll or odds evens? What?
Let's do odds evens.
Well, you need to call it.
Oh, odds. All right.
I'll take Sabu just because I want to, even though his gimmick will never trigger.
All right. I've got.
Actually, that's not true. I have the steel
wait.
chair.
I gotta take the thingy out. I forgot.
What thingy?
I gotta take all the finishers out.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Finisher. Okay. So this guy goes away. And then we got
Alien Invader.
Alien Invader. Power 6, Technique 5, Agility 10, Strike 7, Submission 9, Grapple 8.
I must have
And then,
missed.
When you break out, you may play a finish from your hand as if it were a lead. And it can be stopped. It's actually kind of cool.
Yep. And I have.
I guess, does that happen like immediately? It's kind of like a
If you
reversal.
have one in your in your hand.
Yeah, it's kind of like a reversal, like in a match.
So first you'd have to kick out,
right,
and then you can
And
say
then
I'm
you
triggering
go.
my gimmick.
yeah, just bam.
And I'm playing Sabu, the genocidal homicidal maniac from EC Dub fame. He's 7 power, 5 technique, 10 agility, 9 strike. No, that sucks. I have an agility card or a technique card that I'm not going to be able to play because I drafted with the other competitor in mind. Or whatever.
Got it.
It just will be blank. I never played in the other one. Strike 9, submission 8, and grapple 6. And it says your cards with depth dive, or chair in the name have the added text of draw 2 cards.
Cool.
And I believe there is one card that will trigger that, and that's the steel chair.
Yeah.
All right, draw 3. Grapple of 6.
Strike of 7.
All right.
Drop 2 hold.
Hits.
Draw 1 card for each other grapple. Doesn't matter.
Strike of 9.
Strike of 7. You go.
Lead submission to no effect.
Okay. It hits.
Power of 7.
Grapple of 8. Draw. Follow-up submission.
Hits.
All right. During opponent's turn, my technique is +2.
Power of 7.
Agility of 10. Boom. Follow-up strike.
Hits.
All right. Choose one of my skills. That skill has +1 for during your turn and turn rolls. Which is just like forever.
Pick one of your skills.
Um,
Well, no, not forever, but as long as that card is
Yeah.
in play.
I guess I'll pick technique because it seems to roll it a lot, and then it makes it a 6 instead of a 5.
I mean, you should. The reality is, you should pick either your 8 or 9 to make it a 9 or 10. That way, you have more opportunities to beat me.
All right. So
Because going from a 5 to a 6 doesn't.
yeah, it doesn't really help, right?
Right.
All right. So I'll do the grapple because that'll be 8 to 9.
There you go.
All right. Cool.
Submission of 8.
Strike of 7.
Crane kick to no effect.
Okay.
Because technique isn't high enough to have it in the deck, but that's what I draft.
Got it.
7.
Bump.
Grapple of 6.
Grapple of 9. Draw card. Play Cravat.
Hits.
My next turn roll is +1 for each other follow-up, so it's an additional +2, I guess.
Yep. Technique of 5.
Agility of 10.
Yeah. It happens.
I'm gonna play this submission.
Hits.
Randomly reveals 3 cards in hand, buries 1.
Who?
Or the opponent. So I'll pick that one as the one to not reveal. And then I'll reveal these. And then bury 1.
I'll bury.
Oh, wait. I get to choose this time. Bury the finisher.
Yeah, it's important to read the cards.
Yep. Yeah. Got it.
I didn't know what it did. I was just like, grapple of 6.
That's a bump.
7.
You get that one.
Arabian Face Buster. Finish grapple.
Whoa.
I just drew it.
Okay.
Finish grapple.
It hits.
+1 to power, +3 to grapple. When this card is in your discard pile or your follow-ups with death or dive in the name are also leads, which I don't think there are any. But +1 to power, +3 to grapple. Strike of 9.
All right.
for the roll out for the kick out.
Okay, so I got to beat a 9. Oh, it makes sense to do that thing. Agility of 10.
Yep.
And then, oh, I can't do my gimmick.
Because you don't have a finish.
Would have been cool.
Yep.
Submission. Oh, yeah, this is gone now.
5.
9. Draw. Gotta play a lead.
I mean, you don't have to.
Well,
You can choose to bury a card instead from your
Got it.
discard. It's called passing, but
I'm gonna play Swift Kick. It's a lead strike.
hits.
Flip cards until you flip a follow up, and then put it in your hand. All right, I'll put it in my hand.
Yep.
Cool.
Agility of 10.
Strike of 7.
Lead strike.
It hits.
Ladder uprising. It says search your deck for one card with ladder in the name, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck, or each player draws one card. I'm gonna see if I got any other ladders.
All right.
I don't remember. I did.
Nice. Ladders are good.
I mean, what's taboo?
Yeah. He likes them.
It's kind of cool the way that they like made them. Like the ladders are all strikes, the tables are all grapples, the chains are all submissions, because they kind of like I was messing with the deck to construct it, and it's like this guy really wants strikes, so I like had to just avoid the ladders because it didn't make sense. But I could put in tables if I wanted to. That is a 9.
Submission of also a 9.
Bump. Nine.
10. All right. I'm gonna play clothesline. It's a follow-up strike.
Hits.
All right. Flip 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, and then add 1 from the discard pile or that.
They're all part of your discard pile.
Yeah.
You should just flip them into your discard pile.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this one.
Six.
Agility. 10. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try it. Finish grapple.
Hits.
All right. 2 to power, 2 to technique, and then look at your opponent's hand, choose 2 cards, and bury them. So, I guess do I do that now? All right. Here, bury those. And then we roll, right?
No, you roll.
Yeah. Technique. So that's a 7 now because of the plus.
Breakout.
All right.
9. Oh, yeah. Easy, da, easy. I don't know. That is a 9.
Grapples in 8. It's you.
Gathering the table, the ladder.
Yeah,
It says
that's
lead strike. Your next turn roll is +1 for each card you haven't played with ladder, so +1.
okay.
That's an 11.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Cards in hand.
8.
Play Insecurity. It's a follow-up strike.
Okay, that hits.
Bury 2 cards, and I get +2 to my turn roll.
All right, so just any 2 cards. All right. Want that one. I guess that one. And yeah, bury these.
A 7.
All right, submission 9. Draw. Okay. Charging headbutt.
Hits.
All right. Next turn roll is +1 for each strike I have in play, so it's +1.
That is a 9.
It's an 8.
Play Eye Gouge.
It hits.
It's a lead submission. Shuffle 1 card from my discard pile into my deck. I'm going to shuffle the Arabian Facebuster.
All right. Oh yeah.
That's a 7.
That's a bump. That's a 9.
You can't see
Oh,
my
your
die.
power.
7.
All right, so I draw this one, and then follow up grapple. Drop over the top.
Hits.
All right, your opponent cannot draw cards except for winning turn rolls.
Well, that's unfortunate. 7.
Submission 9.
Because I just drew the 1 card that could trigger his gimmick in my deck.
Oh no. I'm going for it. Finish strike.
Hits.
All right, 2 to strike, 1 to grapple. Your opponent buries 1 random card from their hand. Add card number 13 from your discard pile to your hand. I guess I have to see if that is. That one.
Oh, good. Thanks. Get rid of my steel chair.
All right, so I don't have that one, so it's not in there.
Oh, got it. Alien Invader. There's a card that specifically references Alien Invader. It's like a special stop condition.
Got it. So now we roll. Submission 9.
Any bonuses there?
No bonuses there, and then so it's 9, 10, 11.
So agility will kick me out. 1.
There it is.
All right.
Boom.
Do
This is getting crazy.
do. 10.
5.
Grab hold. Lead submission.
That's gonna hit.
Flip cards until I hit a follow up and put it in my hand, or put on top. So it just goes back on top.
Okay.
Technique of 5.
Power of 6. All right, so there's that. What's this? Lead strike.
Hits.
All right, I can play an extra card this turn, or do the other thing, but I don't have a thingy. I'm gonna play another follow-up strike.
Hits.
All right, take 3 cards from the discard pile, shuffle them into your deck.
Mm-hmm.
That one. I guess we can have to
Shuffle.
Yeah.
Seven.
Submission 9. All right. Go for it. Finish strike.
It's
All right, 2 to strike, 1 to grapple. Opponent buries 1 random card. That one. And then I doubt I have 13 in there.
you don't.
Doesn't
Well, you might, but
I mean, I might have a 13, but I guess it won't. Submission of 9.
is that with a +3?
Plus 3 is 12.
1, 2,
Strike.
go game.
Boom. All right. Just out of morbid curiosity.
What's your number 13?
That, and it's definitely not in there. It was in my. Oh, it was in play.
Ah.
There you go.
Happens. So that is the Super Show. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope if anyone is new to the game and has questions, they reach out. I can do my best to answer questions or get answers for you if I don't have those answers. I know probably about 35% of what I should know. But I've been learning, and I have a lot of people that I'm connected with that I can tap. There's a Facebook group that has a whole bunch of discussion stuff, and some of it's in card fabe, which, if anyone's familiar with wrestling terminology, kayfabe is like keeping the gimmick alive and making sure, wrestling's real, so, you can't break outside of that box. So there are characters in there that go out of their way to be characters, and then, but like most of the time you can tell when someone's actually asking a serious question. Unlike in Transformers, which sometimes you get the people that are just like, I'm going to be a character all the time because that's them. Genuinely, most of the people are interested in getting people to like pick up the game and engage with it and ask the questions and want to learn. It's just funny.
And from that little, from the limited experience I had, I can definitely concur with, like, the community seems very open and friendly and good times.
One of the things, so like, just to throw it out there, Dave Simpson of Gamers on Games had a slight encounter with one of the characters at Captain Con last weekend or the weekend before, and he had posted about it and was like upset about the way things were going down. And I reached out to him and I was like, because he not knowing what it was, they described the person and I knew exactly who it was. It was Loudmouth Leo Larynx, and this person is someone we've known from the convention scene who goes out and he does a YouTube channel, and he interviews game systems and game creators, and he does his best to advertise and educate, and sometimes he has very strong views on things, and sometimes he takes a thing and goes, this is what's happening. So I had to reach out to him and be like, listen, man, I know Loudmouth Leo, as an acquaintance, and I think we're confusing a situation where you overheard an exchange between actors doing a bit because they're part of like wrestling. They're playing characters in this game, compared to here's this dude that's screaming at a woman, or because that was, I guess, what part of it was. Right. And I had caught parts of the live stream that were happening that weekend, and I was just like, I think this is very out of context, and He was like, yeah, someone else reached out to me, and I don't know what the outcome of it was. I just wanted to make sure that he had all the information, you know, because that can still be triggering, you know, seeing someone yelling at someone else. But there's also a context of, you know, in context, if you were watching someone film a movie, you know, especially because they're gearing up for this Kickstarter. I don't know if they were shooting an ad for it or what the deal was, but, you know, I was kind of trying to be like, hey, Dave, give them an opportunity to at least understand what's going on, or, you know, approach them and be like, hey, I have a problem with it, rather than just being like, put them on blast without all of the information. Because if you approach them and, you know, Steve Resk, Loudmouth Leo, like John Cleese, they all would have probably just been like, drop the character and be like, here's what's going on. Let's talk about it. Let's smooth this over. Let's whatever. And maybe they would never come to an agreement on it. Maybe it would have been like, well, Dave feels this way and there's no changing him, and that's fine.
Sure. Yeah,
but if approached, I'm very certain that they all would have been like, let's try to rectify this and make sure that everyone knew what was going on. And, you know, and that's an opportunity, like, you know, Dave could have an opportunity to interview them and do a bunch of stuff and get more exposure to another demographic that we don't have and that other people don't have.
Right.
So I don't know whatever ended up happening with that. I didn't really follow up with Dave after that weekend because I got busy with life stuff. Yep. But, you know, wrestling is a bunch of characters, and that's what they do.
Yes,
you know, and
they're
very over the top personalities, and Loudmouth Leo is
and
way over the top personality. let's just put it that way.
Right. Well, and sometimes those personalities are not designed to be nice.
Right, especially if they're a heel. Right. Well, right, because the idea is their purpose is to engage an audience, be it 3 people or be it 3,000 people, but heels in wrestling are intended to draw an emotional response from the audience and from the face or the tweener, you know, whatever.
Right,
but like the idea is they are trying to put the other person over.
Right.
The entire point is you're an asshole because the other guy looks better in comparison no matter what happens. And two heels can fight each other. The one that's more of an asshole makes the other one look like less of an asshole in comparison. So, you know, it's one of those things, if you don't follow wrestling or have no experience in it, it's hard to understand.
Right, yeah, because, well, if you don't have that direct experience, then it's just some dude yelling at somebody else.
Right, exactly.
You're just like, wait, what?
And, like, this game is very big on, like, actually it has one of the biggest female followings that I've seen. There's many active female players. There's a lot of active, not active, but a lot of female competitors. And like the idea is that the female competitors can fight the male competitors. There is no, you have to play against the female. You know, it's, we just did it. Right.
Yeah, our first match was.
Right. But like the entire intent is like there's not supposed to be a difference. Like WWE does it where you can't play, you know, like women don't fight men unless very specific circumstances. And like, but like, this is like they're equals. It, you know, it's a matter of stats and roles. Like, everyone has the same, you know, has a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what's the difference, you know?
Right.
So, and I actually, on that moment, I feel like it's a very empowering style of game. Even if you're not a wrestling fan as a female, the fact that you have competitive female characters in the game, it's not just like, oh, this guy's the best guy because he's like the Undertaker. It's like, you know, it all comes down to how you built the deck and, you know, can you take advantage of it?
Yep.
But like there's many, you know, I went to a tournament. So we were at the largest Transformers tournament in the world. And how many females were playing in that game?
I think I met a handful, like 5.
We're going to say less than 10, right?
Yeah.
I went to one event where there were 25 people and 8 of them were women.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Like, that's the same amount of people, so a much higher percentage of the field were female.
Sure.
You know, so it's just, you know, it's a cool opportunity for women to get into it, especially if they like wrestling. But, you know, it's a fun game, and it's fast. It's not, you know, like I was at another event where there was probably more than that represented, and I just didn't recognize it. But, yeah, I'm done rambling. We can stop this video now.
It's all good.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Our plan currently is to try to do alternating content of both SRG and Transformers.
Yep.
Rich has a side project that he's working on that's going to intermix in there. I don't have time for side projects. Calculus kicks my butt. But yeah, look forward to more stuff. We're going to try to churn out as much content as is available to us in with our schedules.
Yep.
And yeah, and hopefully we'll have some upgrades to our overlays and our streaming deck for like sound effects and stuff like we do for our Transformer stuff. So if you enjoy what we do there, we're going to try to transit. We just haven't had enough time to do all of those steps because we started Transformers like before we do it, we're going to have all these things. And I just started going like, hey, I want to play this game with you. Come on, let's play. Let's play. Let's put it on camera. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right.
Yes.
And Rich is also very busy. So, you know, it's not just he has the time to sit around and do it.
Yeah.
So.
But it is in the works.
Yes, it's just
So,
not like we can magically create it.
No, not really.
I absolutely thought about going out and finding a ring bell so we could record sounds for ring bells,
That's pretty cool.
but I'm not going to do that.
I mean, we could. I'm sure I could find a ring bell soundboard somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I found it. I just
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah. I don't know. Cut this video off.
All right, cool.
Let's go.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Team RTFC.baconicecream.com.